for you, so keep your comments clean and relevant. Sure.
Well, you can read
Yeah.
that.
Do you have a copy of,
The minutes?
you both have? Okay.
Yep.
Alright. So any questions on the minutes? Can we get a motion to accept?
I make a motion to accept.
Second?
Third?
All in favor?
All in favor?
As written.
Okay. One down. Right to farm bylaw. Do you wanna push that to the end, or?
I typed in the wrong thing. That's what was posted. There is no real change in the right to farm bylaws
Oh,
currently.
okay.
I put it in for the agenda meeting the accessory
Yep,
bylaw.
okay, alright. I see that
Okay.
further
So
down,
that's
so
it.
yeah, we'll discuss
So
that.
right to farm is
What's that?
tabled,
Yes.
cause there's no changes that I'm aware of.
And as far as membership goes,
Right, if you've read the minutes, I typed in the motion that we approved. We had not had a meeting since, September 26th. So I did not take any action yet, but I will now, as we have one person who has definitely missed more than half the meetings. What was that under title? Membership,
under
thank you.
membership, yep.
So I will send a letter out. And then, knock on doors, send text messages, that we will have an opening. And I will also send a note, after I get a reply back, to Nate to put out that we're looking for an additional member.
Yep.
Gotta write this down for my minutes. Okay, what do we have next, Keith?
Next, we have the accessory farm bylaw.
Okay, I have passed out everything that I have. The one that has, writing with it, start with the first page of it saying Article 22, are all my notes that I took at the public. If you wanna make yourself a note, that was the one that was done at the May 2024, public health meeting, public planning meeting. So that's the one with the handwritten notes on. If you happen to get one that has, did everybody get one that has red,
Yep.
Article 22 with red?
I have
Highlights.
the black.
You got the black. Here, let me switch it out with you.
How many pages does it go back?
Here. Do you have one that's like this on an Article 22?
Oh, I thought you meant a red Article 20.
No, no.
Okay, yeah,
Just
no.
red print.
Yeah, no, then we're good.
Red print, okay,
Yep.
then you got the right thing. There's three of them here. The last one, was a draft, regulation that was the I believe that was from the meeting, this one, that has draft across it. I believe that was from the January planning meeting, January, I think it was January.
Last January.
Yeah, so planning meeting, and let's say it was January, so 1/2024, the one that has draft on it. So that was the first thing they presented. Again, you'll see my handwritten notes on there about things in a couple places. The one that has Article 22 with things circled and comments made is from the May planning meeting, and the comments that some of them were probably from you, Keith, but
Couple.
everything I had written down on that. And then the one with red print, starting with Article 22, are a number of things that they had put online as what they were gonna present, and that was, so the one with the red print is not what they brought exactly to the meeting, the public meeting. It was prior to it. You can see all the adjustments they already had tried to correct with someone from legal.
Right.
The planning board's legal, about things to leave out and change and so on and so forth.
So I don't have one that has red, but it's the same, it just doesn't have red.
You don't have one that has red.
Right, do I need that one?
We can switch it out if you
Okay.
like.
The whole packet?
No, just that section that starts with Article 22. The first copy that got printed was black and white. And just to make it easier for you to keep track of them.
Right. Okay, and then just until it says draft.
So there's three documents. You have 3 documents?
How many pages? I think there's one.
So one says
I think
draft.
there's
out,
5.
but-
There should be
Oh,
5.
gotcha,
Five
okay.
in each.
Gotcha. All right,
I'll switch that out for you so you have,
Thank
it's
you.
easier to follow.
yeah. Okay, so this was the
The one,
May planning board.
So let's get that again, which is which?
so the Article 22
Yeah.
in red
Yeah.
Mhm.
was the draft for the May meeting that was posted, that some of us had gotten a hold of. The
Okay.
Article 22 that has all the comments on it
Right.
is what they presented at the meeting, the May meeting, that Keith and I attended, and then it was tabled.
With your comments.
Yeah.
A combination of your comments.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And then the other one was?
The one that starts with draft was the January planning meeting. That was the first draft.
Right.
So the 2 drafts that have red on them are draft 1, draft 2, and then
The one in May is.
the one that they presented at the meeting. So you can keep the others. We don't necessarily have to talk about them necessarily.
Okay.
So mine is not, that's the original draft.
Right, but I gave you this.
Yeah, this is the one that I
I
brought.
gave you all 3, right?
Might be in the back half of this.
Yeah, there's because one's in red. Yep, there's. And then. And then there's my notes. So the one I feel that we should look at is the Article 22, that has my handwritten notes on it.
Okay,
The others are for you to peruse later,
okay.
and not necessarily right now. Just to make life a little easier, so that you have the full history of what was, things
Gotcha.
that were looked at already, and comments on the one that has draft in big letters across it that I made at that meeting, and so on. just so that
Right.
we have like the whole history, as much as I can give you.
That's good.
And you guys can read through that. I just wanna, I'm going to, jump ahead, to an, just a comment has under unexpected subjects. I forgot to put it in that, I told Keith, but in, October, the committee budget request form was filed, and I put in for the $300 that the AgCom has always asked for in the past, and so I have that. So that's unexpected, I'm stepping that in just so I can
Put it away.
put it away. And that's for the, FY 26 budget, which starts July 1st of 2025.
Okay.
Complicated, but I think I finally got it straight after so many years. Okay, that's taken care of. All right.
I see you circled on the second page, 75% of acreage. I'm not sure what that says next to it, but I see you rewrote 50%.
Yes. Do I have my pages in order?
Oh, that just says slide 13.
Oh, slide 13, yeah.
Okay, so, hang on for a moment. This one.
So do we wanna go through this at this time, or do we want to take it home, go through it, and come back next meeting with notes?
Because this is the first time that everybody has the same one, and you can look at the, draft with large letters and the draft with, the red print in it, that led up to the meeting, and then the comments that I made. It's probably better to just read it at home.
Sure.
Yeah, just make some notes and we can go through it
Yeah,
and make some
so
suggestions from there.
use a red pen or something to make your own notes, and then we'll review it again. My current thoughts is that we would work with this, the last draft that we had, that had been prepared. Maybe shorten it and simplify it just a little bit. One thought I had, because I know that everything is going online, that a mechanism for having, events at local farms, maybe just a simple, think about what we would need in a simple registration form.
Mm-hmm.
That could be online, that a farm could, or any kind of farming business could, access and then submit. Currently, the town clerk handles all our minutes and posting meetings and is is kind of the person we go to, for the Ag Commission. Perhaps those registrations could all go to her. That would be a direction of, like you know, this would be an operating plan of how to make this work
Mhm.
once we figure out what should be included. And a small fee of maybe $5, maybe $10 to pay for the clerk's time and paperwork to just
Oh,
follow
sure.
through,
Yeah.
to pay for her time
Mhm.
would be submitted. That $10 would go to the town of Hubbardston, and that would be a simple registration. Now, the only time it would have to be, then, after a certain size event, it needs to be reviewed by someone else.
Mhm.
That's what we have to think about. What's the size of event and the scope of the event that would require.
Triggers X, Y, and Z as far as what needs to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
And then who would review that? If we are some of the farmers that would participate in such thing, we can't, it's conflict of interest
Right.
to be the review committee.
Right.
Right.
So that wouldn't work, just thinking out loud.
Right.
But I think just a simple registration to pay for the clerk's time to put it on a list with a date and, and criteria, it's below this, this, or this, or it's above this or this. $10 isn't probably gonna break anybody, but it'll help pay for the clerk's time.
Sure,
Mhm.
yeah.
And any paperwork and computer record that they're gonna keep.
Right.
So I'm thinking that that's the direction to go. And then if it requires a review and so on and so forth, we have to figure out who that review might be that's doing it, and then additional fees may be required. And then we'll have to figure out what those would be. I think that's a practical way to kind of work through this. Once we have an accessory farm bylaw that will make it legal to have farms to do events
Mhm.
and even just tours. Maybe 10, maybe if it's 3 school tours, you can write down the 3 dates
Mhm.
all at once and fill out one application
Mhm.
and one fee.
Or an annual application even,
Right.
potentially.
Yeah, potentially.
yeah.
It depends on.
We are a X, we do this, and we intend to do this at some
And
point
again, some
during
of
the
these
year.
things where if you do 4 or less, there was
Right, yeah,
per
yeah.
year, you'll have to read through it, think
Yeah.
through that, think how, I'm trying to be practical and
Right.
say, okay, we'll figure out the wording that we need so that this can be approved. And then have, who was the person that was recommended that we work with? I've lost track.
From another town or from?
No,
You're sitting over there.
I
I
know.
don't know his name.
Yeah, there was
But yeah, at the meeting, yeah.
there was a fellow at
okay.
the May, public hearing, that helped with some of this, and I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
I'll have to dig it out, maybe you can help me find it. He was gonna help us.
I can picture him, but don't know his name.
The word came through that he would help us with this document when we
Oh.
needed to have help.
Nice.
Okay, so we'll try and figure out if we can get him here for the next meeting, or after the next meeting.
After, yeah, once we get,
But it's also gonna have to go quickly because I think the warrant period opens in April. So,
To get it on to for the town.
yeah, for the town meeting in June. I think we
So
have
it's
a
only
full month.
January, so
I know, so we
if
can
we
review
meet again in
this.
February, the
March,
beginning of
we can
February.
have 'em review it.
March, yeah.
We can still have another meeting in April.
Yeah.
And do another review, with public, 40, how many days? 45?
Oh.
I'll have to look that up.
Do more than one meeting in a month if we need to.
Yeah.
do a public hearing, final meeting before going to the warrant.
Yep.
And giving us time to do that. The problem that happened with the planning board was they had the meeting, I think it was May 1st, and they had hoped that this would get approved and it would get in on the end of the deadline. So, we gotta keep that in mind. Those are all my thoughts on the subject for tonight.
Now, the agricultural advisory board from last year, is that defunct?
Correct.
Okay. Mel had asked me about, town clerk had asked me about that, and I referred it to Chris as far as that goes, but my thought was that it was defunct at this point.
Right, yeah, that committee had closed, yeah, well before, yeah, well in advance. Yes, so that committee is definitely, no longer
So it's not that we need to
committee.
run it through that
No.
committee or anything of that
No,
sort at this point.
no. So those are like, from what I know and what I've been to, and the fact that both Keith and I were on that advisory committee, which is no longer in existence, and what we have seen in our comments, that will hopefully give all of us something to grab onto, a direction to take.
Mhm.
Okay. Sound fair?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Moving on to looking at scheduling a workshop for raising chickens.
I do think we need to have one, definitely. I went to Tractor Supply the other day and granted the two fellows I ran into, were not from this town, but a lot of folks are trying to raise chickens and, have misconceptions about what should be done and how they should be cared for. And so I was educating people left and right, it seemed like the other day, about taking care of their chickens, especially in this weather, where it's windy and cold and all the rest.
Yeah, I think there's the growing concerns about egg prices and bird flu and all
It'll be
sorts of
all,
stuff.
all over, COVID all over again as far as raising chickens.
Right. I think people are worried
People-
about that, and
yeah.
probably a lot more people this year going for chickens. It was
People who
2020,
didn't learn.
2021, there was a lot of people purchasing chicks to raise, and that
Oh.
kinda died down for a couple of years, and I think we're kinda coming back
Yeah.
up, so.
Correct.
Yeah.
People didn't learn, then they couldn't raise them. They're gonna be buying them this year.
Right.
Just FYI, one little tidbit of information for tonight in regards to that subject. I confirmed with my brother who raises 100 acres of field corn, that cracked corn, field corn that you give to your chickens, only has about 4% protein in it. And therefore, it's like us having a piece of candy. It's sugar, it's candy to the chickens,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really help their health, because laying hens need 17 to 19% protein in their diet to lay an egg.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet there's not a lot of people that know that.
So that's my tidbit of
Yeah.
information for tonight, because I wanted to confirm the percentage, 4 to 4.5% protein. So
noticed a
if you
big
give
difference in that,
too
yeah.
much cracked corn, which is great because chickens love to scratch, but it's like humans eating candy. There's no,
Benefit.
Long-term benefit.
no
Right.
benefit. It does give them fiber, but if you're looking for the protein they need for their muscles, their feathers,
Right.
and all, if they're laying hens and to lay eggs, they need much, much higher content. Most feed has at least 17%, but, if your chickens are getting everything else and they're not laying, then it might be that they still need more protein in their diet.
Right. Right, yeah, I noticed a big difference. I was feeding my chickens 17 or 18, and it doesn't seem like a big jump, but I grabbed the highest protein that I could find, because at one point, I had a rooster that was plucking their feathers out, so I got their feather fixer, which is 19% protein to help regrow the feathers.
And it helps with egg production
It helps
too.
amazingly with not only like the size of the egg, but the quantity that, you know, that help
Mhm,
like
the number of eggs and
it
the
was
lay.
amazing, and then all
Wow.
their feathers were just, I mean, yeah.
And the
protein is-
feathers came back.
Yeah.
It's funny, we have one chicken who's laying. We have
That's it? No wonder I can't buy eggs from
16 or
you.
17 hens. We have one who's laying
Mm.
roughly 2 out of 3 days
Yeah.
and has been consistent. Now, there may be eggs somewhere else, it's like Easter every day.
True.
But she's laying in that one spot where we get the one egg every day
Mhm.
from her, nothing from all the others. And she's will be a year this spring, and there's 8 or 9 others that are the same age.
The number of hours light in a day, the amount of protein,
Okay.
and
Oh, the
and so on.
protein is an interesting thing, that'd be
It does
interesting to try.
affect-
Can you taste
But-
the difference in the egg?
I don't know as much of a taste, no, but
Is the color different or any of that kind of stuff?
no, if I
So-
feed them some things, like something like, I don't know, turmeric can change
Yeah.
the color,
Oh,
things
really?
like that,
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
Marigolds,
any,
I think.
any,
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Veg-
Well, that makes
veg-
sense,
veg-
yeah.
Fresh vegetable scraps or cabbage
I've gotten a lot of
or
double
lettuce.
yolks. Gotten a lot of double yolk eggs.
Oh, wow.
I have
And-
one hen, I'm not sure who it is, but one of my hens in my bigger group, humongous eggs, huge. She's usually a double yolker. I'm not
Mhm.
sure what causes that, to be honest.
I won't get into that, it's a long story.
We had the one year that my last egg was on September 15th. And then the same blue egg chicken gave me an egg on the winter solstice.
Wow. Wow.
And then waited a couple days, gave me a couple more, then quit again till March.
So again, in the shorter daylight hour days, chickens need 13 and a half to 14 and a half hours of light. So if you want them to lay in the winter, I'll give you away the secret that all the professional chicken farmers have. You put lights in your coops.
Mm.
You can do that for horses too, to help them shed their winter coats early. Put a light on before the sun comes up and keep it on
Ah.
after the sun
Yeah, you
goes
put
down.
it, you use timers.
Yeah.
to-
So you trick them into thinking that it's actually a warmer climate, and it's, yeah, it's
if you're ready
interesting.
for them to change.
Yeah, yeah. It's not warmth, but it's, yeah, it's
It's
sunlight,
light.
yeah.
And it's definitely light, and a good 60-watt LED light
Yeah.
will give them in a medium-sized coop or whatever,
Mhm.
will give enough light on these short days.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to think about, looking at a schedule.
So who
One-
would run this raising chickens class? You?
I guess I would.
I'll be your assistant.
And
I don't wanna
I
run
will
the class.
see if, Mel who runs the shop in Gardner.
ML, yep.
Oh, ML, yeah.
ML, excuse me,
Yeah.
ML.
What's her last name?
Altobelli.
Yes.
I think I've met her a few times.
Yeah, if you go into the Good Earth,
What's
she's
her name?
usually there.
Mary something?
Mary
Mary
Louise.
Louise, ML.
Yeah, but definitely, yeah, she's funny. I like her.
Yeah, and she's been doing little Facebook live. Here's
So,
what you need.
do you
Nice.
have your calendar, folks? I didn't
Yeah.
bring a calendar.
Uh,
Pull it up. So look, originally we thought maybe February.
right.
Yeah.
First of all, where would we hold it?
I think the
In the
senior center, as
senior
long as
center.
it's available.
Yeah.
A Wednesday or Thursday work for you guys?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in the evening?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wide open
Like-
for February.
Maybe 7:00, 6:30? What's
6:30, work?
6:30, all right. Wednesday or Thursday, senior center, cause I'm not sure what is
And
booked
schedule, yeah,
and available.
What week are we thinking?
How about the third week in February?
That's
That'd
the
be 19th or 20th.
Yeah, 19 or 20.
Would that probably be an okay time?
Works for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Either day, anytime.
So I'll just find out when that side is available.
Sure, yep.
Yeah.
In roughly an hour,
6:30 to 8.
6:30.
Yeah. Once people get talking, it's gonna be hard to stop, you know, like,
Oh, yeah.
no, no way, that's not gonna happen, the people will talk, but. Don't you think, like, if
Oh,
people
yeah,
start
that's-
asking questions,
oh,
it's
yeah,
gonna
it's
be
gonna
really
take
hard to
time.
like cut them off and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Right.
When I gave
Yeah.
a talk at the Garden Club
Yeah.
last year on tomatoes,
yeah,
we went till 9.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So this would just be a raising chickens workshop.
yeah.
Just keep it simple.
Not for like absolutely new beginners.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be for new beginners.
Can I make a flyer?
Sure.
Can you make a flyer?
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
got a program, I think it's called Canva. I've been using it for my business. I just kind of found out about it.
Fun.
It's so much fun. You can put
Yeah.
your own personal pictures, you can take graphics, you can do all
Yeah.
sorts. I'd love to make a flyer, so
Okay.
just let me
Well,
know.
we
what-
definitely would need one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
put it around
Yep.
everywhere.
Are we allowed to post for like on social media, or should it be more like flyers in the mail? I just,
Oh, no, post on social
Okay.
is fine. We'll put it through the town e-blast.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
But we gotta make sure it's all lined up first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I won't send anything out until I get approval.
And then we can just, send an email around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you guys.
Because it's for a
flyer and you can
workshop, it's not
draft
for,
it.
it's
Like
not
a meeting.
regarding a public meeting, this
Right.
is a workshop, so we
Right.
can do a group email for that purpose.
Okay.
And then maybe get it up on the board in the
Yep.
center of town.
Oh, yeah, once we're set, Rebecca,
Yeah.
flyer,
Yeah, I can print it out and post it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Hubbardston town page.
Yep.
Like,
The town page and
Yeah.
we do Hubbardston people too. 'cause
whatever,
that's-
yeah,
okay.
yeah, there's a couple
That's
different
pretty
ones
busy
out.
with,
Yeah,
with sites,
yeah,
with
Okay,
stuff
so
and
you-
people checking in.
so Rebecca will do the flyer and, social media.
you're good with that social media stuff?
Yeah.
I don't,
Everyone from my generation, right?
I don't do it
Oh, I didn't
anymore.
mean to.
I got it.
Oh, no,
Really?
of course not.
I'm
No,
old and I can't do that, but I'm old and I
know,
can't
I
do
know.
that.
I
Flyer
used it
stuff
for a
is fine.
while and then I just
Yeah,
dropped
it's-
off of it,
yeah.
for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Become more cumbersome.
Yeah, it can
Yeah.
be troublesome.
It was very, when they first went to Facebook, business, it was simple. It's just become more cumbersome.
This would be fun.
And, you know, being able to do something from your phone, you can't do the same things from your phone as you can from your computer for
Mhm.
your same page.
Right.
It's a little confusing,
Yeah.
yeah.
And, yeah, it's just cumbersome, it's just the nicest word I have for it.
And honestly, I think, you know, in the ag community, word of mouth still is, I think, the best way to get information around.
Mhm.
It really is,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, for example, I'll probably put it in my weekly update from my,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
my farm.
that you,
Yeah,
that I
you email,
have.
that,
You know,
I
that
read, yeah.
it's for open to everyone in Hubbardston.
Yeah.
You know, whenever we get approved for a date and stuff. And, yeah, we should put together a little list of things topics to discuss.
yeah,
I guess we can take a couple minutes
Yeah,
topics.
yep.
So it's, care of baby chicks.
Yeah, care of baby chicks,
Common predators.
difference between straight run.
That's a good one.
what, I don't even know what that means.
Straight run versus,
Straight run is basically whatever eggs hatched, those are the babies you get,
Yeah, you don't know if it's.
versus all
Oh.
female or all male.
Oh,
So Tractor Supply is good for straight run,
oh, okay,
and you may get 6
Oh,
chickens and you
roosters.
may get 6 roosters.
Yeah. Right.
Or,
So that, if you're buying chickens, that's a phrase that you should know about.
Mhm.
yeah, if you're gonna
Yeah.
buy
Yeah.
chicks,
Okay.
yeah.
So
And
Kara-
realize if you're going to hatch out eggs, you're going to get roosters
Right.
also. And, yeah, make a plan.
What to do if you end up with too many roosters? Some of them get along.
Well, if it's before, if you know it's a rooster, but before they start looking like and sounding like a rooster's while they're immature, you can butcher them because the meat hasn't toughened. As soon as they're mature, it's very tough, and you need to cook in a pressure cooker if you're going to eat them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Or Northampton Livestock Auction.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great place to go
Or Sterling Fair, if it's a,
in the summer.
if it's a full bred. I joked last fall, it's the weekend after Labor Day. You can enter your chicken. It's nominal fee, and you can put a nominal price on it. And you may.
I remember you talking about that,
You
yeah.
may win the prize for that breed, make some money, and take care of your rooster. So there may be a lot of roosters next year.
That's funny.
But, yeah.
How to get rid of chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I ended up, we had 2 roosters, we lost one suggestion was to an ermine, and then I lost all my silkies to probably the same thing.
Mm.
Ripped the head off, left the body.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh, that's an owl.
Um,
Really?
Weasels do that too, or?
Owls do that? Wow.
Mhm.
The silkies were in a pen, one body was gone,
Okay, that's different.
and the other 2 were killed and left in the pen.
I have a book that's called What's Killing My Chickens.
Oh, you should bring it.
It is good.
Bring it
It's-
to the workshop.
It tells you like what kind of predator would do
Yeah.
certain things with the body and, you know.
So you can identify your predator.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the rooster I lost was a good-sized rooster too, which,
Is that the one that
Silkies
chases
were
everybody around?
well, there was 2 that chased everybody
Oh,
around.
okay.
My pound and a half of sheer terror, my silky, and he's still there. And then this one was a copper Moran, and it was beautiful. And whatever got him close to the barn. I don't know if he was protecting his girls or not, or then I found him down at the edge of the woods, whole body except,
Yeah, roosters will protect the girls.
yeah.
Mine was a coward.
Oh.
He ran away from a raccoon. He came to my door for help though. He stood by my door, by my
Nuts.
front door, and he was yelling at the top. I mean, he never came to the door, and he came up on top of my chair right next to the door and was yelling at the door for
Oh.
help. And I came out and helped, but he ran away.
Oh.
He was kind of a
He
coward.
alerted.
He did alert.
Yeah,
But he
that's-
didn't really protect
Yeah.
them.
He didn't sacrifice his
No,
life.
he didn't.
I've had roosters sacrifice their lives to save the
That's a
flock.
good rooster.
Oh, wow.
That's a good rooster. He
Okay.
was
Yeah,
he was
over the
kind to
years.
the hens. Like he would make sure that they ate before he did. He would alert them if there was something yummy to come eat.
So
but
all,
he didn't really.
yeah, different chickens and roosters have
Yeah.
different personalities.
Yeah. Yeah. He was good to his hens, but he
Oh.
wasn't the best protector.
Care for adult laying hens. Okay. Summer. And winter. Okay.
I love chickens. They're so funny.
They are funny. Too bad they kind of smell one. I know my husband doesn't want to get them because they smell.
Not as bad as cows.
Those are cute.
Cows smell.
Pigs are worse.
I bet. I've never worked with pigs, so I don't know, but
Pigs are the worst.
Really? But they're so cute.
Sometimes, till they get big.
Mm.
and they all get big. There's no such thing as a teacup pig.
Anyways, I
Talking
think, so
from
the
experience.
topics would be
Just
care-
from what I know, I don't have any pigs and I don't plan on it.
and they're with my family farm growing up.
Yeah.
Care of baby chicks, and straight run and so on, food, water, how to get rid of chickens, roosters, book on what's killing my chickens and how to protect, how to set up protection for your hens. What it takes, right?
Is there a certain amount of space that, like, is it like a square foot per chicken or something?
It's terrible what they recommend, it's like, what, 1 square foot per chicken or something
Yeah.
like that?
In coop space.
Yeah,
But not in run space? Or free range
Bigger the
space?
better.
Yeah.
yeah, they like to,
And free run, you know, invites predators.
Right.
yeah, that was my mistake
but-
in the beginning. I did mostly free range, I mean, they had a coop at night, I always had them in at night, but I let them free range like all day,
I
not around
lost
here.
mine at night.
Yeah, yeah, mine go out every once in a while, a couple hours here and there, but,
Mine had the best summer this past summer. They enjoyed every vegetable that I grew. They enjoyed half the hostas. Not all of them.
I didn't
Certain
know they
ones-
liked
There were
hosta.
certain ones they loved and certain ones they did not touch.
that's so funny.
There's some tufts of grass out in front. They're all hollowed out inside that they would sit in. The tree out front, they'd be sitting in the tree. They loved cabbage. They loved the summer squash. I almost got a cucumber. Nope, gone. I almost got a watermelon. Nope, gone.
They don't like beans,
They don't
Yeah.
like beans?
green beans, nope,
Oh, interesting, I didn't know that.
in general.
I haven't even tried giving beans.
Yeah, but they had a phenomenal summer. That's all I can say for the rooster. He had a great summer. You know, sorry you're gone, but you know.
You had a good
That's his
life.
best
he-
life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, and the vegetables and such, that's what gives you, the dark,
healthier-
Oh,
healthier
okay.
eggs,
Yeah.
yolks.
Variety's the spice of life.
Mhm.
Same for
Yeah.
your eggs.
Mhm.
And they're good for ticks, they'll eat all sorts of bugs
I-
and ticks
We'll discuss afterwards.
and, okay.
The guinea hens are better and wild turkeys are better for eating ticks, but,
Yeah.
I did experiment and my chickens walked away.
mhm.
Really? Well, I always like threw, if I ever had a tick, I'd throw it right out, pick them off the dog and just give it to the chicken.
Did they eat it?
Yep.
Good.
It's interesting, again, there's a YouTube person I follow, and his chickens, you know, he'll dig in his compost, and his chickens love worms.
Oh, yeah.
And I've done the same thing in mine.
Really?
There's some that will eat them and some, but again, it's
Oh,
it's
no.
what they're taught to eat.
Oh, my
No,
God.
to
My
some degree.
chickens naturally, I didn't teach them anything, but they eat every worm they can find.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
when they pick it up and they run, so the
Oh,
others
that's
don't
so
get
funny.
it. They're like, oh, it's mine, and they trot
Oh,
on.
that's funny.
Same thing when you give them cherry tomatoes, they got it and they run away.
Oh, my
Well,
goodness.
the best when I had my youngest was still at his pacifier, and my 4 kids and I were going somewhere, and I heard the chickens buck, 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 buck. I saw the 8 chickens running, chasing the one that had the pacifier.
Oh, my God.
And so I'm running with the kid under my arm, trying to catch up with the chickens,
Oh,
get the
yeah.
pacifier,
Yeah.
plug it back in, life's
Oh,
good.
my gosh, that's so funny.
But you know, the nice rubber binky, oh,
Yeah.
chicken thought he had a meal there.
Things not to give them to eat. No, true, don't give them apples, because the seeds
Oh,
can kill them,
really?
apple seeds.
Oh.
There's
Because
other
apple
animals
seeds
that
have,
can't eat apples.
Cyanide?
Cyanide, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it-
if they eat enough, a chicken can die from it.
Wow.
Not a human, but a chicken
Right.
can.
Well, and horses eat apples.
on the alpaca end, alpacas and llamas are naturally pre-diabetic.
Really?
So they should not have a lot of sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
I had this one event where the apple guy gave me this massive apple because it had a bruise on it. I had 2 alpacas there, one did not touch it, the other one ate the whole thing. She was sick for more than a week.
Oh, wow.
You know, and basically with their 3 stomachs, their first stomach was probably smaller than the apple that I gave her that day.
Mm.
Oh.
And then the amount of sugar and so on.
Overloaded, yeah.
So we do apples as treats, but literally as treats and not,
Not frequently,
not, hey, you want another one.
right. Interesting.
Yep, okay, so I think we've got, I'll get that out, and then,
Yeah,
once we have a date, we can do the, we can get the flyer together, send it around,
Yep,
and then we can go forward from there.
awesome. I'll make
Alright.
a draft and send it to you guys and let me know
Yeah.
if you want any tweaks and.
once we
Right.
find a date, do we wanna speak with ML also, or?
Yes, yes,
and-
that's,
okay.
that's
Okay,
inclusive
yeah.
in
Yeah.
picking the date.
On to the farmland of local importance, I did not have a chance to even look at it.
I had Mel print off one whole copy.
Perfect.
It's, from the USDA, increasing eligibility for farmland preservation by recognizing farmland of local importance, January 7th, 2025. Did we forward that to everybody?
Did forward it.
Okay. The idea is to designate additional soil types as farmland of local importance to increase the potential for federally funded farmland preservation. Under the Code of Federal Regulations, a municipality can designate soils as farmland of local importance, and then it goes into how it's done. A municipal official and the NRCS state conservationists sign the list when it's made. A municipal official can be anyone duly recognized as representing the town regarding agriculture, open space, small business, or conservation, such as the and there's a whole list, agricultural commission chair, town administrator, town plant, so on, conservation agent, open space committee chair, so, that's, let's see, and then responses to frequently asked questions, there's no cost to municipalities to designate farmland of local importance. The NRCS funds this initiative to ensure all land that is eligible for ALE funding is recognized. There's no regulatory association with listing soils of farmland of local importance. They do not, inventories of important farmland soils do not constitute a designation of any land area to a specific land use. Designation of farmland of local importance does not affect property taxes. The establishment of farmland preservation does not affect the tax rate for parcels under Chapter 61A. The designation may not make a difference in preserving farmland. There are many factors in addition to soils, starting with landowner choice. Recognizing farmland of local importance only addresses the 50% important soils ALE funding eligibility requirement. All right, if your municipality is interested in helping, and we have questions, we can contact Al Averill, a certified professional soil scientist, on behalf of NRCS and American Farmland Trust.
And as far as towns in Massachusetts, there's a map with his email that, it was Tuesday I sent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yep.
And
It's a
we're
bigger
not
map.
I remember
listed,
seeing that, yeah.
Yeah.
and we're not on there,
We're not
Oh.
on there, but,
but we can do that.
Rutland, Barry, Petersham, Templeton, and
And
Westminster are.
then,
Oh,
Pretty
wow.
much everyone
and
around
then,
us.
Yeah.
then also, had printed the information on how it was listed in Rutland. So
Okay.
that's in your, in one of those
Yeah,
links.
I just found
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Okay, so that you can go through that.
Yep.
And map unit such and such. So, so a lot of the western part of the state has already participated in that
Mhm.
Yeah,
And a
versus.
fair amount of the central.
Yeah, a fair amount.
And the north,
Mhm.
too.
So, as you can see in the map,
Yeah,
I think it's
nice.
something that we should move on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the chairman, so I guess it would be best if you contact Al.
Yeah.
But I would suggest that if we don't have to work on it in any specific time, that we work on it after the first week of May, when we get
Yeah.
this on the warrant.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing at a time,
Mhm.
right? Not to overload ourselves.
Right, sounds good.
Does that make sense? Oh, sorry. Board of Health. Oops. Board of Health. And when we do work on it, I had requested when it came out, the open space and recreation plan update for 2024. I have a full copy
Nice.
for our committee. This came out a while ago, and I did get it, and I made sure we have a copy.
Good.
We need any references to all of the information that it provides.
Perfect.
All different things, including ash borer locations, Asian longhorn beetle stuff,
Oh, wow.
and
Yeah.
there's a lot of information in here. It should be available on the website if you go to Open Space Committee. But if we need anything for, to look at firsthand,
Yeah,
we have one copy, okay?
that's great, yeah.
All right,
Excellent.
occasionally I get things done, not always. And then, of course, they had done a survey, there's all their survey responses that they had gotten.
What year was this one?
This is the survey,
2020.
Yeah.
I don't know if the whole thing.
2023
Okay,
public
yeah.
survey results, the most recent one. And all the different categories, and analyzed in multiple ways. And, so, yeah, we have the whole thing,
Perfect.
okay? So anytime, you know, you can either look it up online, or like me, it's easier to actually thumb through and skim, you know, the pages to find what I wanna find. We do have one copy. Yay, okay.
Moving on to unexpected subjects.
The budget, for the 2026 year was the only thing I had for unexpected.
Do you have the email from Nathan and Bernard as far as the MVP feedback and joint application invitation?
Yes,
Is that something we should bring up here? I'm not familiar with exactly what it is.
I got it because of the Board of Health and stuff,
And I gotta assume because of
AgCom.
ag.
I don't know all the details, and, because it's an email, I can't really talk to it, because it's an email that came and Nate asked if any of us had gotten more details on it, and my answer was no. So, that's where we stand.
Yeah, there was a new email today.
Yeah,
Of upcoming potential Zoom meetings. We'll keep the rest of you posted on that.
as soon as we know what's
Sounds
really
good.
involved.
Sounds good.
Did you get pictures for the brochure?
I did. Emma we haven't changed, she's so cute, she sent me a draft, but then there was a spelling mistake, and I'm like, we could fix this, and she said, yeah, and then that's where it's at, so, yes. Before she starts her next semester, I will have her, we'll have one that we can actually make copies of. So, hopefully before the end of this month, I can get her back on that.
Anything else?
So if we wanna get should we meet again this month? Like, today's only the 9th, we could meet at the end of the month
Or,
for the chicken class, or if we could have a date by then?
I think we can do that by email.
Okay.
Right, but it would be, I think, smart to work on the accessory bylaw,
Right.
Yes, yeah,
early in February if we can.
yeah,
So look for,
What's the second week in February? What are those dates?
Thursday would be the 13th.
Oh, good, it's not Valentine's Day.
No, Valentine's Day Eve.
So the potential next meeting would be February 13th?
Yep,
but then when do you wanna, so we would do when do you wanna have your chicken?
That would be the following week, the 19th or 20th.
Okay,
So we would still meet ahead of time,
yeah,
and we could still,
we could just need to get information out,
the beginning of the month.
yeah, just to give
Yep.
people, like,
Yeah,
put it on their
so-
calendar.
So, in
and
the
not
next,
surprise 'em.
so a deadline for ourselves, our
Mhm.
workshop deadline, amongst ourselves. No actual meeting,
Okay,
let's see,
The 30th of January, that'll be a month, 4 weeks before a potential class, or the 29th. How much time do
a
we?
month before the class.
Yeah,
So that would be the,
23rd.
by January
So
23rd.
that's 2 weeks.
Yeah. Let's set ourselves January 23rd, and then if we run over a little, we're okay.
Yeah, and then we can get it out to the public.
Mhm.
yeah, by
End
the
of the
end
month.
of the month, yeah,
yeah,
just so people, cause I think
Get to see
I think
it.
people will be interested, I just
It's a
think we have
matter
to
of-
give them enough time.
Right, that's
Yeah.
why
For
I'm
them to
thinking if we
schedule it.
can get our work together
Yeah,
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 via the email system.
Okay,
for the-
sure, yeah.
And again, it's for a workshop, it's not for,
right, it's not a
Decision
meeting,
making.
right,
Yep.
right.
it's for
okay.
fun.
Just for fun.
Workshops are fine to hold. And we haven't done, as a group, a workshop for a few years now. And I just think this is a really good one to do.
Yeah,
I'm good
For
with
all of
support,
us.
I don't like being like the main person.
well, I know nothing about chickens and I don't want to be a chicken farmer, but I will do whatever, I can
Just
bring
come and
cookies
listen.
if you wanna come over and learn anytime.
Oh, thank you, I can also go visit
You can
other
visit
good
my
friends,
rooster.
yeah, I think I have visited.
I collected 14 eggs this morning, if you need eggs.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just give them to my
There you go.
neighbors, I'm like, here,
Yes.
take some eggs, please. No more chickens this year, not this year. I raised my own last year for my own hens and my own rooster, and that was a fun experiment, but I ended up with a lot of roosters.
Yeah.
Good.
Although I got more than 50% hatch rate, which is pretty good. Usually they say if you can get above 50, that's good. I got more than that,
So are we gonna like serve coffee or snacks or anything, or is it just gonna be, are we gonna advertise it as come with questions, or come whether you know anything about chickens or not?
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Mhm.
Just
I can
come.
bring snacks.
I mean, I could definitely bring snacks, I can, buy cookies from Giacomo's and coffee or whatever, but not if it's gonna be in the way,
Right. Yeah,
we can talk about that,
we can figure
Yeah.
that out,
Yeah.
and thank you for offering.
yeah. I know, like, home baked things aren't what you're supposed to do anymore, but Jack and Rose is a store, so I
It's
would
fine.
definitely
Right.
buy, yeah.
I have my serve safe.
That's right, yes,
It's
so,
okay.
yeah.
I can be
Yeah.
our serve safe person.
Yeah,
We also have our budget too, as far as.
Mm-hmm. And we also have a budget of
oh,
which we haven't spent any money.
okay. Yeah, so we could, again, we would just, if we're gonna order
Yeah.
more than like 2
Yeah.
dozen, we'd have to give them a couple days. But, okay, hey,
Yeah, I'm
See?
happy to bring in stuff too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, little snacks or something, so, store-bought snacks. That's nice.
I could provide some apple cider.
There you go, yeah, I'll have a cider.
Okey doke.
Okay,
Okay.
anybody want to?
oh, do we have to, so are
So
we
you-
doing another meeting? We're
So
gonna just,
tentatively, the next
the 13th.
meeting is February 13th.
okay,
And our workshop planning deadline for ourselves is January 23rd.
Yep,
And the potential dates for the workshop are the 19th and 20th.
20th of
Okay.
February.
Potential.
right. Oh, so we can talk details once we get,
Yeah.
on the 13th, we can talk details.
Yeah, we still have the
We
opportunity
can
to
finalize.
Yeah,
to take care of everything. Alright. So, Chairman, do you wanna adjourn the meeting?
Do we want
can.
to adjourn?
I think we've hit
Yes.
everything?
Yes.
What, and what time is it?
Yeah,
8:09.
8:09?
8:09,
Yeah.
okay, oh, yes, 8:09.
Is my head in your way?
Shadows.
Oh,